Well, that was a week. I ended up going 9-4. Well, 9-4-1. Thanks, Packers and Cowboys. He had, let's see here. He had, I picked the Chargers over the Giants. Most people did. I picked the Commanders over the Falcons. Picked the Colts over the Rams. Not my smartest decision. Picked the Ravens over the Chiefs. Yeah. Wait, that was 4? Let's look over it again. Chargers, Commanders, Colts. Oh, the Ravens. Oh, okay. I guess I just got it wrong then. But, yeah, with that being said, the MLB playoffs are starting up, though. Go Mariners. And let's go into this week 5. You have the 49ers and the Rams. 49ers finally losing their first game. Yes, finally. Thank you, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence almost screwed it up, though. Meanwhile, the Rams had a real nice comeback win over the Indianapolis Colts. So, can both these teams lose? Apparently not. So, we're going to go with the Rams. Then you got the Vikings and the Browns. The Vikings struggled against the Steelers, but they almost made a comeback. The Browns played like the Browns against the Lions. We're going to go Vikings. Then you got the Cowboys and the Jets. Justin Fields, this is your time to have yourself a game. The Cowboys, they tied at 40 against the Packers. The Micah Parsons return home ended up in a 40-40 tie. I don't know what the scriptwriter's on. He is on something strong, or at least that's the only thing I can guess. The Jets, they haven't won a game yet, though. They are not looking very good, though. Justin Fields did come back, and he did have a nice touchdown run, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys, though. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets have themselves a game against the defense. Then, Tank Bowl here. You got the New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints. What did the Saints do last week? The Saints are just such a forgotten team that, that's right, they lost to the Bills. Yeah, the Saints haven't been as bad as what some people think, but yeah, the Giants, Jackson Dart came in, he looked all right, but unfortunately Malik Neighbors tore his ACL, so now he has no one to go to. Neighbors was finally free, and that's what happened. I'm going to go with the Giants, but this is not going to be a fun game. I'm not planning on watching. Actually, I can't watch it, though. You'll find out why in a little bit. Then you got the Raiders and the Colts. The Raiders. Yeah, I'm glad the Seahawks traded away Geno Smith. He's throwing a lot of interceptions right now. They've lost 3 straight. Ashton Jeanty had a nice game, which is good. And then you got the Colts. Yeah, Adonai Mitchell, you cost your team the win. I think the Colts are going to bounce back. We're going to go Colts. And then you got the Dolphins and the Panthers. 2 Alabama quarterbacks, but I'm not sure how good of a matchup this is going to be. Tyreek Hill, unfortunately, dislocating his knee, multiple torn ligaments. Tyreek Hill has a sketchy past, to be kind, though, but that's terrible. We don't want those kind of injuries, though. It's just, I don't know, that's awful. And yeah, but you got the Panthers. The Panthers, well, they got destroyed against the Patriots. Bryce Young didn't look the best. Their defense was terrible. We're going to go with the Dolphins, but, I don't know. I also have a little bit of a cold, too, or at least I feel it coming on, which I can't have a cold going on right now. We're going to explain why in a little bit. Foreshadowing a lot here. And then you got the Denver Broncos at the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, Philadelphia, if you want to go flex this game out so the Mariners can play at their normal time, please do that, though. But the Broncos and the Eagles, the Broncos bounced back nicely. But it was against a Joe Burrow-less Bengals, the Bengals do not look good without Joe Burrow. And then you got the Eagles, who, despite not throwing to A.J. Brown, probably forgetting that he exists, and, of course, having 0 passing yards in the entire second half, walked away with a win against Tampa Bay. We're going to go with the Eagles because the Eagles just keep finding ways to win. And honestly, I'm going to keep picking the Eagles until they give me a reason not to. But then again, they're giving me a lot of reasons not to, and yet I'm still picking them. I don't know. Then you got the Texans and the Ravens. Okay, well, Houston, you got your first win. Yay. The Ravens. Oh, you need Jesus. Actually, you might need... Can Jesus play defense? Honestly, I feel like a 2,000-year-old man would be able to play better than what this actual Ravens defense is playing. Actually, I feel like Jesus on the cross, despite having a crown of thorns on his head, just scars everywhere, and his entire skin ripped off, would play better defense than the actual Ravens. Oh, I'm so sorry to if I offended you, Jesus, I am so sorry. That's not what I was trying to make a joke. Actually, making a joke about the Okay, God, I'm so sorry. I just realized I made a very dark joke. Sorry. We're going to keep going. But, yeah, the Ravens' defense is really, really bad. It's Matabuke? Yeah, he's out for the season, so the Ravens' season just got so much worse. They're 1-3. Their playoff hopes are kind of slimming a little down, though. I'm going to go with the Texans. But this is the Ravens' chance to do something, especially if Lamar's out, although it's most likely he's going to be out. Then you got the Titans at the Cardinals. The Titans, they're still winless. Cam Ward is getting murdered behind that offensive line. Meanwhile, Arizona, you lost 2 straight. Your fans are really mad, but I think your fans are going to be a little happier this time because I think you're going to get the win, though. Although Arizona did fight back. Next, the Bucs and the Seahawks. Most likely, I will be at this game. I'm super excited for it, though. I really want to see Mike Evans before he retired because it's most likely his last year. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's going to be playing, which is so disappointing, though. But I will be seeing a Meku Beku. It's the first time I've seen Meku Beku in action since he was in high school. I have met a Meku Beku, so it's kind of cool, though. But, the Seahawks, they nearly blew that game against the Cardinals. Although their defense did play well the entire time, plus it's mandatory and traditional for the Seahawks to lose a lot of games. I'm sorry, to have heart attack games where basically they just freak you out. And this honestly looked like a heart attack game. This game could go either way. But, the Buccaneers, they lost to the Eagles, though. Baker Mayfield clawed their way back, though. If this is a close game and the ball is in Mayfield's hands, I'm very, very nervous, though. The Buccaneers are getting a little more healthy besides Mike Evans, though. But we're going to go with the Seahawks to win. Don't let me down, Seattle. Let's go. Then, this was my most anticipated game of the year. I mean, besides Bears-Saints for Pope Leo versus the Saints. Yeah, this was my most anticipated game of the year. The Detroit Lions at the Cincinnati Bengals, though. I was expecting this to be a high-scoring shootout between Joe Burrow and Jared Goff. I think the Lions are probably going to score about 60 points, and the Bengals, they may score nothing because this Lions defense is doing pretty good, despite the Bengals' offense looks terrible, and the Bengals' defense is also terrible. So we are easily going to go with the Lions. I think they're easily going to walk away with a win. I am very, very disappointed that this game is not Joe Burrow versus Jared Goff. We got to have a rematch sometime. Then you got the Commanders at the Chargers. Ooh, this is an interesting one, though. I really hope Jaden Daniels plays. I would love to see Daniels versus Herbert, though. The Chargers taking their first loss of the year against the Giants, giving the Chiefs some optimism, so yay. Meanwhile, the Commanders, they fought against the Falcons, but they lost. So, yeah. You need Jaden Daniels back. Also, your defense needs to be better. I feel like this game could go either way, but I'm going to go with the Chargers for a bounce-back win. And then you got Sunday Night Football, which is the Patriots at the Bills. Ooh, here's an interesting one, though. This is the Stephon Diggs returns home to Buffalo. It's the first time he's been back in Buffalo since the Wide Right Part 2. I'm so sorry, Buffalo, to give you those traumatic memories, though. The Patriots, they looked really, really good against the... Sorry about that. They looked really good against the Panthers. It is the Panthers. The Buffalo Bills are still undefeated. They're not playing their best football, but hey, a win's a win. They're getting it done. I do think there's a chance this game could be close, but I gotta go Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills are most likely going to win. We're going to go with the Bills. And then you got the Chiefs at the Jaguars. Well, the Chiefs looked really good against the Ravens. Oh, yay. And Rashee Rice isn't even back. Yay. Yeah, the Chiefs dominated the Ravens. Patrick Mahomes had probably one of his best games in quite a while, though. Xavier Worthy looked really good, though. They were able to get the run game going, though. Their defense dominated, though. Right, of course, the Ravens were continually shooting themselves in the foot, and then, of course, Lamar Jackson getting injured. The Jaguars, they beat the 49ers, so I thank you so much for that, though. Now, can you beat the Chiefs? I'm gonna go say no. Jacksonville's not playing amazing football, but they're playing well enough, and they're getting wins. They're 3-1, and if it wasn't for a Brian Thomas drop on fourth down, maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars are undefeated. Who knows? But yeah, we are gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chiefs are gonna be over 500, and we are going to continue to suffer inside. But at least if the Seahawks win, though, at least it'll be good. Yeah. So those are my picks for week number 5. So kind of the special. As I said, I will be at the Bucs Seahawks game. I am planning on being there, though. I will also be in Spokane that weekend. So I gotta drive about 4 hours to get to Seattle. So I think I can do it, but wish me luck. Also, depending on what happens with the Mariners, though, it's rumored that the game could get flexed to 11, which I think that's ridiculous. I think Seattle should just move it down to an evening game. I don't care what's going on. If you got to delay it, you got to delay it, though. But I'm sure Major League Baseball and the NFL will work something out, though. But in the meantime, though, maybe I'll see you at the game. I don't know how much recording I'm going to do. I don't believe I can record the field. So, yeah. If it's a close game, maybe I'll do the last 2 minutes. I'll just have to make sure I clean up some of my storage, because the last thing I want is to overload my camera roll and be like, oh, well, that happened. So, yeah. And no ties, okay? Can we not have any ties? Ties are stupid. They're dumb. No ties. All right. So, yeah, that will be it. Yeah, for the Week 6 NFL picks. Maybe I'll do a Bucs Seahawks reaction. We'll see. We'll see what happens, though. But, yeah, I will see you guys next time. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Matthew Leininger. If you don't know how to spell Leininger, that makes it. Oh, Matthew's with 2 T's. Leininger is Leininger. That's for Facebook, Twitter. I'm sorry, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Elon Musk will want me to call it X. So we're going to call it X. So you're welcome, Elon. But, yeah. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.